Hey, welcome to a rather impromptu tour of this week's changes to Letter Engineer. I've been able to do a lot of user testing between this week and last week, so I have been able to see what the major pain points and things like that are, which means this week's changes are really focused on quality of lifestyle improvements. So let's get into them. So one of the first things you might notice is the tutorial button in the bottom left here. This will reopen and replay any previously seen tutorials for the level. This way, if you miss it, you don't have to quit the level and restart it just to see the tutorial again. You'll also see a shop button over in the top right. The keyboard shortcut is Tab, but previously there was no button, so you just had to remember that it was Tab. That is no more. You'll also see that the challenges for the level are now displayed during the level itself, and it'll even tell you whether you're on track. So if I place one vowel, I'm on track for vowel limit, but if I place a second vowel, I'm no longer on track. So now let's go ahead and write the word soupy, and we can then continue. Another major thing you'll notice in the editor is the keyboard shortcuts about edit mode and quick pen mode have changed. Previously, you pressed P to open quick pen mode and then escape to leave it, but now it's just shift to toggle between edit and quick pen. You'll also see that the quick pen tools are now displayed on this top bar. Previously, they were displayed in the shop tab, which you typically don't use when you're in quick pen mode, so literally nobody ever noticed that, or at least the people who did didn't have any idea what they were. So this should hopefully be more obvious. Deleting things is also a lot easier than it used to be. Before, deleting in quick pen mode meant pressing left shift and to activate the eraser. Now you can either just click up here to activate the eraser, or you can press backspace or delete. You know, the things you would expect to activate deletion. And what you saw me do by accident real quick there was a new way of deleting in edit mode. You can, of course, still select all the things you want to delete, then press backspace or delete, but now you can also just hover over the one tile you want to delete and press delete to get rid of it. You'll also see that there is a bomb to delete everything placed in the top bar. So let's solve this level real quick. See you when we do. I also changed some of the levels so that hopefully they cause less confusion for people. This level is now shaped pretty close to the actual shape you need to make to solve it, but there's one twist that will hopefully be a little more obvious. The other thing I want to show off is something that's been in the game for a while, but that a lot of people didn't notice, and that is this little debugging feature. I did add this tutorial this week. So you'll see if you spell something wrong, everything in the structure gets grayed out, and then you can hover over these exclamation points to see exactly what is wrong. And then, of course, you can fix it. Not shown here. Other than that, I've actually started working on a sort of spin-off project of this one. It's not another game, but actually a Python library that I've been using in development pretty extensively, but that I'd like to sort of release as its own thing. That isn't anywhere near ready yet, but stay tuned in the next couple weeks and maybe I'll tell you more about it. Oh, and I also added options. Right now, just audio. So you'll see my music's off right now. I can turn it up. Other than that, the only thing I have to remind you is that this game is available in alpha on itch right now. You can play it, and I would love if you did because I am actively looking for feedback. How do you give feedback? Well, you open the menu and you hit the feedback button.